Hey everyone, Ketsia Elizabeth here, the founder of Wild Heart Haven, which is an online community and social network built to help you live your best life. And the following video is a message that I recorded for our members for the month of July, where our theme was talking all about passion and purpose. I hope you enjoy. Feel free to check us out at wildhearthaven.com if you are interested in joining our online community. And if you have any thoughts, I'd love to read them in the comments below. Thank you. Hey Wild Hearts, so today I want to talk about our theme for July, which is passion and purpose and pleasure and really connecting to what it is that lights us up the most in life. So this is a lot of fun, and I picked this as the theme for this month because things are starting to heat up. It's summer, and there's this energy of aliveness and adventure, and most of us spent summers going out and doing things that we love more, like going to concerts and seeing friends and having time to spend on our art and our passions. Because when we were younger, this was when we had time off from school, and so it's really a time of connecting to what really lights you up the most. Um, I know for me, I've been feeling that a lot lately, and I've been looking for that in my life and noticing, those moments that you just feel overjoyed, like you cannot help but smile. Um, so much so that your cheeks might hurt. It's just like a really authentic smile. And thinking about what things make you passionate, like what do you deeply care about? And so I want to invite all of you this month to sit with that and explore that and connect with that within yourself, because I think the things that light us up are really a guide to maybe the talents that we have inside of us, or the meaningful work we're meant to do in our life, or the things that are going to bring us joy and light us up and help us to be the best version of ourselves, which is in turn going to help to light up others as well. Um, there's so many reasons to follow your passions, and I think that they're put there for a reason. I think that they're a gift, and it's not something selfish to focus on what brings you joy and pleasure, because I actually think that um, that's like a divine calling, right? Like what makes us feel alive, what makes us feel pleasureful, is an indicator of where our greatest gifts may lie. And also being lit up within ourselves helps to light up others the same way having a big smile can help to make others smile as well. So yeah, think about what it is that you deeply love. Think about when you were a kid, what was it that you wanted to be when you grew up? What excited you the most? What profession or activities did you look at and go, yes, I want to be that? Because when we're kids, we have less limits often. We can imagine ourselves as an astronaut or a musician or like anything. And we don't put these limits of, oh, well, I can't do that because of this, or self-judgment and all of that when we're children. So think back to when you were a kid. What was it that you wanted to be when you were playing pretend, or when you wanted to grow up? Like, what did you want to be? What things excited you the most? I know for me, I always wanted to be an actor and a singer and a performer, and that has not gone away. I think as I got older, I started to stuff that, to started to judge it. Maybe it felt um, selfish or arrogant, or maybe I thought I didn't have enough talent, or that's a lot of people say that's not a good path to take because it's not secure. There's so many reasons that we take these passions and dreams and um, decide not to pursue them. And I'm learning that really that's an indicator of where our truest gifts are. Um, and it's a beautiful thing to follow. So I'm getting back to that myself. I'm creating more art. I'm learning how to sing, and doing it for me, because honestly, the reason I wanted to sing and be an actress was because I loved singing and acting. It made me feel happy, and really that's the whole point of all of it. So yeah, think about what you wanted to be as a kid. Think about what moments in your life have felt electric, like they're sizzling, like um, maybe a concert, or maybe that feeling of falling in love, that you have memories with somebody, a first kiss, um, maybe a piece of art that you saw that just really lit you up, or some kind of event that you went to that was so much fun, or maybe traveling to somewhere new. Think about times that you were just lit up, like super lit up, and use that as an indicator of what things are your passion. And when it comes to purpose, think about what things do you care most about in the world. If you could take a magic wand and run it over the world and change something, what would you change? What would be the first thing that you would change? Um, I think some things that come to mind for me are, oppression of women and hunger, lack of clean water, like these things. If I could just wave a wand and make it better, right? Like, what would I change? I think the biggest one for me my entire life has been love. Like having people feel a deep sense of authentic love for themselves and for others. That has been my whole life something I deeply believe in, and something that I didn't talk about for a long time because as I got older, that sentiment kind of was met with people who thought that it was maybe weak or too hippie-ish or uh, too soft, right? A lot of the things that actually people also say about women and femininity. Um, and I've since learned that those are actually strengths, those are beautiful things, and that it's not light and fluffy or ignorant to believe in love. I think love is incredibly important and powerful, and for me that's a big sense of my purpose is making people feel loved, making people realize that they can love themselves exactly as they are and to love each other, to treat everyone with empathy. I think this world needs love. I think we need pleasure and connection and um, joy and, yeah, just unconditional deep love. I think it's the most healing thing that we have on the planet. I actually think to love someone takes so much more strength than it does to hate them or to be indifferent to them because you're loving them exactly as they are. That can be difficult sometimes. So I actually think that it's a huge concept that um, people just kind of brush off. This is like, oh, being, that hippie stuff. But it's actually very powerful. And so for me, purpose, right? Like, that's a big part of my purpose is making people feel loved and spreading love and not letting difficulties or harshnesses of the world take that out of me. Like continuing to have hope, no matter what I see or what I go through. Continuing to have hope that people are good and that life is beautiful and that things will work out, that we can create positive change in the world. So, um, yeah, lately I think also the fight for LGBTQ plus rights has become incredibly um, relevant, and I didn't realize how much we still need to fight for equality and safety for our LGBTQ family. So that's another big purpose. And so very much along the same lines of, that feeling you get of being lit up when you're full of joy doing something that you love, like going to a concert or going for a bike ride and it's just super fun. Um, Purpose also lights you up. It's when you get that sense of passion and power and like a rise of energy where you want to stand up for something, that you really believe in something, that it matters a lot to you. Even if you see something that makes you sad, but it deeply, like on a deep level, you're like, hey, like that doesn't feel right. That's an indicator for your purpose, for your passion, and for where maybe you're meant to make a big difference in the world by caring about these things, by speaking up about these things. So that's another part of this fiery season to me of summer is what is your purpose? Like, what is the big why that you're moving through your life with? Maybe it's um, what you base your business around. Maybe it's something that you want to spend some volunteer time or donation time, or maybe it's just like the reason that you get out of bed every morning. Like, what is your big why? Like, why are we here? Why are you here? What are you living for? Like, what is the thing that motivates you? Um, that is what I mean by passion and purpose and pleasure for this month, is really getting into the sizzling, the electric, what lights you up, and using that as a guide for your life. Because I think often we're taught not to follow those things in our culture. You know, we're taught to follow what makes the most sense and what has the most security. And following what lights you up can often be seen as selfish or misguided. And through all of my journeys and work and readings and teachings, I have learned that it's quite the opposite. When you follow what lights you up, not only is it good for you, but it's good for everyone else as well, because the world truly needs more people that are lit up, that are connected, that are joyful, that are following their passions. Because when you're passionate about something, it gives you the energy to make so much change. And I think you've probably all felt this, right? Like, if you have some homework assignment or a work assignment that's on something you don't really care about, right? It can take a lot of energy to focus and to get that work done because you're not passionate about it. And when you find something that you are passionate about, um, you can't put it down because you get so much energy. You just don't want to stop working on it. Whether that's, you know, taking up aerial arts or juggling or something that lights you up and you just like can't stop doing it because it's so much fun. Or in the case of me and starting Wild Heart, right? Like, I was so in love and passionate about creating this community that I would stay up till 3 in the morning with ideas, and I never wanted to stop working on it because being passionate about something gives you energy, and that's what you need to make true change in the world. You need to have that passion. So following things that you're not passionate about can sometimes be good stepping stones. Of course, like, you need to pay your bills and you need to have a good foundation, and it's okay to work a job that maybe you're not passionate about, but you have to make sure that you're bringing that passion into your life somehow, because that's how you're going to make true change, and that's how you're going to live a life that you deeply, deeply love. So this month, I invite you to explore those things that light you up, to follow them, to feel good about indulging in the things that light you up, and don't ever feel guilty about that. Um, and to continue connecting to people that light you up. That is something that I've been hugely noticing over the last few years as I've been kind of collecting these friends and connections that truly light me up. And when I find someone like that, I put in the effort to get to know them, to make time, to reach out, to say, hey, like, I'm here, and I think, like, I've got this vibe and you've got this vibe, and let's connect and learn about each other. Because um, those connections with other people are so important, and really they're, you know, what you're going to value the most at the end of your life is these memories and these connections and conversations you have with people. So also find the people that light you up and hold on to them, make time for them, and don't be shy to reach out to them. And then, you know, express yourself and express your passions, because then that's kind of like a flag to everyone else who feels that way. And you'll find connections that way as well. And yeah, thank you so much for being here in Wild Heart. I'm excited to explore this all month with you, this um, concept of passion and purpose, and to share what things light us up the most in the group, and um, to maybe find some inspiration through each other's shares as well, and to just remember that I think a big part of our life is connecting to what lights us up, and that's a beautiful thing because it gives you permission to follow your joy. And I look forward to seeing all of the things that bring you passion, um, the things that bring you purpose, and to exploring together all the things that bring us pleasure, because that is such a, a meaningful compass in our life to getting to the most impact we can make, the most joy that we can have, and living life in the most beautiful way. Thank you so much for being here. So much love to all of you. Bye.